The newbie. Probably one of the most common species of bipeds to ever roam the Violence District lobbies. So fragile, yet so innocent. So dumb, yet so majestic. How does one avoid ending up like them, O almighty comp player whom goes by the name of D? Don't move. Like, comment, subscribe, share, go.
For a while, I have been gathering a list of things I wish my teammates would do more often. From massive game-changing strategies that will help you win more games as a survivor, to smaller tactical tips that could save your entire team. So here are 15 common mistakes survivors make in Violent District. Number 1. Wasting pallets. If you're being chased, do not camp at a pallet, and do not throw it as soon as you get to it. Survivors in chase should aim to waste as much of the killer's time as humanly possible, so that your teammates have time to fix generators or heal while the killer is busy with you. If you're dropping the pallet immediately, you're not wasting as much of the killer's time as you possibly could. Instead, you should be looping around the pallet as many times as you can until the killer catches up to you. Doing this would waste anywhere between 5 to 30 seconds of the killer's time. Number 2, wasting important pallets too early. One of the biggest differences from an okay player to a great one is the ability to recognize that some pallets are worth a lot more than others. Some pallets, called God pallets, get their name from the fact that the killer has to break them because he either can't go around them or they're in a very important part of the map. These kind of pallets should never be dropped early in a match, even if it may result in you getting downed. Well, unless you're already on death hook, but I think if you're a death hook early in a match, you have bigger things to worry about. So yes, as counterintuitive as this sounds, your life is worth less than some of these pallets. An important question emerges though: how does such a God pallet look like? Any pallets in very important areas, such as near doors, hallways with no way to go around the pallets, or pallets near uncompleted gens, where you have no safety nets around them. For example, the pallet 7 on Bloodbath or in the middle, or the ones at 12 and 6 on Village. I think you get the idea. Number 3, not doing anything. I know it sounds silly to say, but you should always try your best to have an objective. Doing a gen, unhooking a teammate, healing a teammate, or being chased. Don't hide around for no reason, because that is how you get your team killed. Number 4, handle the free gen first. The strongest strategy killers have right now is camping a free gen. What is a free gen? At the start of the match, there are 7 generators that spawn on the map, but only 5 of them are needed to power the gates. This means that whenever there's only 1 generator left to be completed, free generators are unfinished on the map. If those free generators are too close to each other, it makes it almost impossible for the survivors to win, because the killer can just roam around the generators. But if they're further apart, the killer has to walk more towards each generator, making them harder to patrol. How do you prevent free genning yourself? The only way is to memorize generator spawns on each map and each map variant. Cabin, Harbor, Firelink luckily will always have the same layout, while Bloodbath and Village will not. Number 5, vaulting after being hit. Getting hit by the killer gives you a small sprint burst for a few seconds, and vaulting after being hit makes you lose a good chunk of those seconds. So if you can help it, try avoid vaulting. Number 6, not using your distance. This ties a little bit into the previous point. Like I said, being hit gives you a few seconds of speed that you should be using to get as far as possible from the killer. Usually the killer has to spend another like 10 to 30 seconds depending on the killer to catch up to you again, so make good use of that distance to get to a pallet or a loop. Number 7, dropping pallets after being hit. If the killer is close enough to hit you and you know you're about to get hit, then there's no point in wasting the pallet. Like the previous point, just take the hit, make distance as far as possible. Run to a different pallet or a loop. Number 8, stacking on generators at the start of the match. I know that if you're running something like group project, it may be tempting to jump on the same generator as 3 other people as soon as you spawn in, but generators become less efficient when you have multiple survivors working on them at the same time. This is to say, 2 survivors spread across 2 generators is better than 2 survivors on 1 generator. Mostly because if the killer comes to that generator where there's 2 survivors, now they're both being pressured by the killer rather than just one survivor being pressured by the killer. So make sure you spread up at the start of the game to make it harder for the killer to gain free pressure. Number 9, now using your HUD. Although the HUD doesn't have as much information as Dead by Daylight, for example, it is still extremely useful for a few scenarios. For example, if one survivor is being hooked and 3 other survivors are doing a gen, and then somebody got off the generator, it is very likely to assume that they went to save them. Therefore, you and the other person should stick the generator. Number 10, using winded perks with other speed perks. For those that don't know, winded effect prevents you from gaining a speed boost from a speed perk. That means that as long as you have this little lung icon in the top right, speed perks and only speed perks, things like Great Collapse, will not work at all. You can still gain a speed boost from being hit by the killer, you can still gain a speed boost from using adrenaline, just not speed perks. Of course, this rule has a few edge cases, like for example, if you're using Perfect Landing with Great Collapse, it's not that bad, but I would definitely use something like Heads Up with Perfect Landing. Number 11, if the killer is proxy camping, do not go for a save if you're not fully healed. Obviously, this doesn't necessarily apply if you have 2 survivors left and one of them is on hook, but I've seen so many times where people just kept trading with each other until they died. In fact, it's such a common mistake that it even made the list. If you're not full health, go find a teammate and get healed. If the killer is camping, you have time to reset and then go for a save. Number 12, play killer. Wait a minute. Is this not a video about survivors? I know it sounds weird to tell you to go play killer, but this is honestly a very important tip. Playing more killer allows you to better understand them, which can give you a much better perspective and understanding how they think. So even if you hate playing as killer, even if you're gonna lose games, you should do it. Number 13, heal your teammates. This goes both ways. You should also let your teammates heal you. I will even go as far as to recommend you heal first before doing generators. Unless the generator is like 90% completed, then just finish the gen and then heal. But healing takes priority over any other action. Number 14, flashing mid-chase. Number 15, you don't need to unhook survivors instantly. If you're about to finish a gen, finish it. If you need to heal, heal. There is no penalty for letting survivors sit on the hook for a little bit. They won't gain a second hook stage like in Dead by Daylight, so take your time.
Huh? You like the lighter? Pickle? Pickle? Nah, man. No damn pickle. Pickle? Look, man. What's wrong with pickle, bro? No, pickle, man. What? No, good. No, pickle, no. What? No, pickle. You got one with lady on it? Bro.
A big bag with one pickle in it.
You see the lighter? Give me one. No pickles. Pickle.